Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sprint 289 review. This was a normal 2-week sprint. Let's get started. I'll start with the overview, Gilbert on the UI, Adam on providers, and Joe on the platform. This sprint, we had 107 PRs merged, and a fair amount of them were tests with a little bit of bugs and enhancements. Over to Gilbert on the UI.
Thanks, Jason. So for the UI, Elsa fixed a I18N bug using the string literal instead of concatenation. I fixed a bug with the host power state to show its normalized state now. For enhancements, Andy had the get domain refresh form conversion from Haml to React, and a couple important dependency updates we had. I updated imports loader to the latest possible version that we could support with our version of Webpack, and Osavod migrated React to version 17. Next slide. Some other UI PRs we had. Osavod allowed listening to Cypress Node event hooks in open mode. Um, he also removed NSXT comment reference in shared packages, as well as cutting down the noise from Sass import deprecation warnings. Joe changed the CI to use Postgres 16 images. Uh, Also, Joe reviewed the UI JSON translation files and got those merged as well. And Andy cleaned up the React imports to align with React 17. Next slide. For UI service, only one PR. I updated UI components to its latest version. Next slide. So going back to our UI PRs for the get domain refresh form conversion, this is the picture of the before and after. So the before shows the Haml form, and then the new after image shows the new React form. Next slide. And the fix host power state to show the normalized state. So this is a bug I fixed where you could see the old power state was showing on, even though this was an archived host. And then the after image, you could see the power state correctly shows archived in the power state now. That's it for the UI. Next is Adam.
Thanks, Gilbert. For providers this sprint, for Amazon, we added a new instance type for the Mac M3 Ultra. For embedded Terraform, we made a change to use the worker settings starting timeout for the OpenTofu workers readiness probe on Podify. Previously, this was hard-coded to 3 seconds, and if it was going to take longer than that to start up, the user would have no way to extend that timeout. Manoj fixed a bug with retirement on the new job style state machine where it was missing properties from the original provisioning because it was looking for a symbol key when it had string keys instead. So he got that fixed up. And we also bumped the default OpenTofu worker memory thresholds to 1.5 gig. Previously, it was 512 megabytes, and that was too low for the majority of more complicated retirements and provisionings. And finally, we fixed the validation message for SSL errors on VMware. It previously showed just a simple, essentially, we don't know what happened when we could easily catch the OpenSSL exception and properly show a message to the user so they can figure out what the error was without having to go to the logs. That's it for providers. Over to Joe.
Thanks, Adam. For platform enhancements this sprint, as Adam already discussed, in Core, he added a worker settings for the starting timeout readiness probe. In Pods, Brandon switched the service account to having the database backup label. In Optimist, a community user reduced the gem size by excluding test files. Next slide. For bugs and maintenance this sprint, in Bundler Inject, Jason fixed specs after the ANSI gem was upgraded. In pods and in the container repos, Brandon temporarily locked down to UBI 10.2 instead of latest due to a signature issue. I added the request log purging in core. Request log purging is a far more surgical fix and doesn't have the issues that led to reverting the more general request purging. In core, I worked around a Puma CVE false positive, causing our security test to fail. The bot updated the English strings for translations in core. Next, I updated the translations that came back from the translators based upon the June 1st English strings. I changed CI to use Postgres 16 image and core, the API schema, and other repos. I preloaded the nested RBAC associations to avoid some n+1 queries in the API. And Brandon provided Kafka clients with the required hostname for SSL connections in the appliance console. Next slide. Jason dropped an unused Zanata file in the appliance console. Brandon removed some mounts due to an overlay issue that was happening in pods. Brandon also ensured Kafka and Zookeeper data and log directories actually existed before they tried to start, and that was in RPM build. Also in RPM build, Jason ensured Genja 2's presence for the Ansible venv. And in schema, Adam added indexes for the physical infrastructure and container inventory, linking to event streams. Next slide, and back to Jason.
And that's all for our Sprint 289 review. The next Sprint review 290 will be on June 24th at the usual place and time. And I'd like to thank all the presenters today and all our contributors. Thanks, everyone.